Okay, off on another marketplace hunt. My trailer's full of scrap metal where I've been tearing that car apart and everything, so I got to go over here to my uncle's and my aunt's and borrow a trailer. And I'm headed off to go and look at a 289 motor and a setup, disc brake setup and everything, that hopefully that will just about complete every mechanical piece that I need for the car. If you've been following me at all, you'll know that I've talked about how that motor in that car, I put that thing in there, me and my dad did, and it was a combination of a 289 and a 302. So I got the 302 from my buddy, and I've been hunting a 289, and I found one all over the place, but there I found one just real close to the house. So we'll see how this works out. And again, thanks for watching. All right, guys, I come to go buy an old 289 block, and I've got in here talking to Nathan here, and he's a big Ford guy, which that means he's got some really good taste, and he don't like to have to push cars, so that works out good. And I'll be darned if he ain't got exactly what I had in my car already built, put together, and in a wrapper. And this gentleman has been super nice and jumped right on my project here. And here's every bolt, lifter, roller rockers, push rods, the motor, everything. He's digging out the cam, and we got to go over here and find the heads for it. So anyway, what ended up being me coming and buying a 289 block and heads have to redone, we got a motor for Project Recreate my first car. Bam, and just like that, we got a motor. All right, so the hard part has been over. Money's been exchanged. Now we got to go and load it on the... And no, I can't tell you how much I gave for it, because my wife maybe accidentally watched this video, and I may or may not tell her a different amount. Just saying, don't prejudge me. You know you've done it. I'm just being honest about it. They'll load it up. All right, here comes the heads. I'm gonna let this young man that's back ain't hurting yet put them in there for me if he don't care. So there we've got everything. We got the block, we got the heads, got all the bolts, right? And the fuel pump over there. So that's everything, isn't it? All right. Again, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Okay, so here's my marketplace find this week. Oh, and I was so excited down through there. I need to calm down here. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, when it all comes together, I guess a big man upstairs looking down after me, because I mean, this whole project is just falling right together. I'm just crazy excited about it and grateful for it here. So anyways, I see this. I actually went down today to go to buy a 289 block that was all together, actually a whole motor that was seized up or whatever for $100, because I really want to build this motor back. As I said in this earlier one, when I tore that 0302 motor down back there, I want to build it back just like it was when it was in my car, as close as I can. Is anybody going to really know but me? No, they won't. But I've got this close, and doggone it, I just want it to be like it was. So here's the block I found today on Marketplace. Check it out. 302 block. Look at this. 30 over. 30 over, 302 block. All 289 guts in it. 289 rods, crank, pistons, all that stuff like that, just like my car had. And I'm going to get these other things out. You ain't going to believe the heads either. I just really can't believe it. Just overwhelmed.
Here's some still photos of the motor that I took where you can get a better look at it. All the numbers is there on it, 30 over, all 289 guts in it, just practically like the one I had. Mine had 10-to-1. This one, I'm just going to drive it on the road. And if you'll notice here, on the last picture of this piston, there is a mark down at the bottom corner of it, and that is where his dad, when they were putting a different carburetor on it, dropped a bullet off down in the bottom of it, and that's that mark on it, and that's how come they ended up taking the motor out of it.
All right, somebody out there hit me out. These are a set of 289 heads. It says got an 18 here on the outside. That's all the markings I see on the outside of it. Inside under the valve covers right here, it says 7K10. Of course, it says 289. says WF right there. On the bottom of it here, it says it's got a 9, 289, a casting C80E, and then right here you can see a faint 72. There's the valves and stuff in it. Obviously they're bigger than the ones I had on the 302, but anybody know what that thing is? Help me out here. Thank you.
Hey, here's some still pictures of the heads. If you know anything more about it than I do, that'd be great. The biggest thing I was after is I wanted them to say 289. I know that sounds crazy, but I wanted to mimic that motor back as much as I could, and this here will do it. It doesn't have the big valves in it. It's not had a lot of port work and all that stuff in it like the heads that I had in it, but the fact that I've got them for later on after I get this thing running and everything, if I wanted to take that out and do that, I could literally build this motor back just like it was. But for now, we're going to bolt this thing up together, put it in the car, make sure everything works right, and we're going to spend the money elsewhere and getting the car running, and we may address this another day.
Here's the cam I got with the motor. Right there, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says over here on the top left, it says 292H. There's a big CC, and then it has another 292 on it. And this is the box that the gentleman gave me with the camshaft. He's got 292 HFT cam on it. He's got small block 289, 292 NF cam, and it says 512 lift, and it says it's I guess an engine tech. Anybody know anything about it? Help a fella out that ain't had nothing like this in a while. Tell me what you think. Thank you.
Between the time I got this motor home and now, I reached back out to the guy, and that's not the right box. That CC stood for comp cam. Man, I've been away from this for a long time. But the grind and everything is exactly the same as the one that I had on a crane cam that I'd put back in my little motor, like I said, back in 1984. So we're going to use this little thing here. Here's the still pictures of the grind and stuff on it. And again, this thing just looks like it was brand new. This actually all come out of his mom's car that his dad and him had built for her. She had a 66 Mustang. And so just a neat story on that. Here's the other stuff too.
Here's the other box of stuff the gentleman gave with me. Here's a fuel pump. I don't know what it is. I couldn't really find any markings or anything on it. But a chrome, obviously aftermarket fuel pump. There's some numbers. I really don't know what that is. I don't see anywhere where it says anything about it. Here's the rocker arms for it, little roller rocker arm deal. All the bolts, all the bolts, push rods, everything, everything except for the head bolts, which you want to replace the head bolts anyway. So there's all my little find I got today. So I mean, I'm tickled to death. I hope I'm this tickled when my buddy that really knows about the motor stuff comes over and checks everything out for me tomorrow. But in the meantime, tell me what you think.
Last still pictures of the valve train, which all come in a kit. It will all come in a kit. It all matched together with the cam and everything. So I'm thinking that this thing's going to be fine. I'm going to believe the guy, which I have no reason not to, and I'm going to put the motor together and we're going to put some gas in it.